Alright guys, massive update for Wuthering Waves, as we finally got the 2.8 drip marketing with the big reveal for Chissa and Bulling. We also have more news on what's on the way for this patch, and it's looking very hype. So for this video, let's go over what we can expect the 2.8 banners to look like. This will include the new characters, Chissa and Bulling, with the potential rerun banners alongside them. Additionally, we can also check out some news on the new changes on the way, like a breakdown on the negative statuses effects revamp, a preview at the expected quality of life changes, new content, and a lot more. It seems the 2.8 update has the potential to be quite a big one, especially right before we jump into the 3.0 version update, which is looking like our biggest update yet. But for now, let's focus on what's on the way for the 2.8 version update. And if you guys want to be kept updated on everything Wuthering Waves, make sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and put those notifications on. I got you guys covered with 24/7 updates, especially with the second phase right around the corner. I'll be covering it this week. But alright, let's not waste any time and get into it. We have quite a lot to talk about thanks to the recent 2.8 drip marketing and all the speculation around the 2.8 version update. Now let's start off with the updated 2.8 banners. What do we expect them to look like, especially for the first and second phases? Now up until the drip marketing, it was very clear we were getting Chissa, as she was the only and last submod character remaining from the drip marketing all the way back in 2.4, and now they finally give us confirmation on this character. She's been the headliner of this patch and will be coming out in the very first phase. We also know that Chissa is confirmed as a 5-star Havoc Broadblade character with the role of a support. We expect her to do many things like provide buffs, healing to the team, potential shielding, and we think her kit is going to mainly revolve around the Havoc Bane effect, which is also getting a pretty massive buff, so I'll be covering that later in the video, alongside all the other negative statuses revamp and effects. But for now, let's keep on with the banners. So Chissa can also apply the extra stacks of all the other negative statuses in the game with her outro skill. This means her synergy with other characters that want these stacks, like for example, we have Zani with the Spectral Frazzle stacks. Then Chissa is able to apply Spectral Frazzle stacks using her outro, so these two are going to work pretty well together. So it seems that Chissa's value is going to be pretty high. Now for who we think will rerun alongside Chissa, we think it'll be between a Phoebe or a Cartefia rerun. We think both of them will work pretty well alongside Chissa, which is always a good selling point, similar to how they paired up Galbrina and Lupa together for the latest banners. They like to sell the teams together. Alright, now moving on to the second phase. This is where things are a lot different, as unlike previous patches, but instead we have one new 5-star and one new 4-star. So this changes how the characters are going to release. I know it's been a year since the last 4-star banner, but if they follow the exact same pattern from back then we should be expecting Bulling to be dropping in the second phase of the 2.8 update, featured on whichever rerun banner comes out in that second phase. Now for what we know on Bulling, she is confirmed as a 4-star Electro Rectifier character, and same as Chissa, the role of a support. It seems her main gimmick is going to be basically buffing resonant skills damage while also supporting the team with damage and healing zones. Alright, so for who we think is going to be returning in this update as a second phase rerun banner, we don't have any official confirmation yet, but there's a pretty good chance we get a double rerun in this update. And since we're at the point of the 2.4 and 2.5 banners returning, we have Frolova, which is a pretty good option. She came out in 2.5, we're already 3 patches deep since her release, so she's a pretty good contender for a rerun option. You guys let me know down below, who are you hoping for to get a rerun in 2.8 version update. Let me know which characters are you gonna pull for. But for now, this is what the 2.8 banners are expected to look like. And at the very least, we have the release date on both Chissa and Bulling pretty much confirmed at this point. Chissa in the first phase and then Bulling in the second phase on whichever rerun banner, and both characters are looking pretty good. Alright, now moving on to the new changes on the negative statuses. We've had news come out about this, how we can expect a revamp to this new system, which in turn will be buffing many characters. Unlike last time, we have a bit more info on this, so I'll be going over all these 6 status effect changes in this video. Let's go over it. Alright, so I pulled up all the negative statuses and we have a lot to look at. So we have the Fusion Burst, Glacio, Havoc Bane, Aero Erosion, Spectral Frazzle, and Electro Flare. I'm going to start off with the Fusion Burst. So upon reaching the maximum number of stacks, the target will trigger an explosion, consuming all stacks of Fusion Burst. This explosion deals fusion damage to the target and surrounding enemies. Next up, we have the Glacio effect. So this new effect is when Glacio is applied, it will deal Glacio damage to the target, and as the stacks of Glacio Chafex increase, the target's movement speed will be progressively reduced. Upon reaching the maximum number of stacks, a target will become frozen, and all stacks of Glacio Chafex will be removed. Players can recover from the frozen state more quickly by struggling. We have the Havoc Bane effect, which is a pretty good buff for Chissa, as it now works with stacks. So when a Havoc Bane effect is active, the target's defense will be reduced. One stack 2%, up to 3 stacks of 2% each for a max of 6%. So this will be giving basically Chissa defense shred into her kit and all the other characters that can make use of the Havoc Bane effect. So pretty good. Next up, we have the Aero Erosion effect. While this effect is active, the target will periodically receive arrow damage. The higher the stacks of Aero Erosion, the greater the damage dealt. We have Spectral Frazzle. The target will periodically receive spectral damage, and one stack of Spectral Frazzle will be removed. As the number of stacks increase, the damage dealt by Spectral Frazzle will be significantly enhanced. We don't have the exact multipliers on that yet. And lastly, the Electro Flare. The target will periodically receive electro damage, and half of the Electro Flare stacks will be removed. And when it's applied again at maximum stacks, it will instead apply Electro Burst, which can be stacked. Electro Burst increases damage of the next Electro Flare trigger and is consumed upon activation. So that was a quick look at the new negative statuses revamp. Let me know what you think of these, and do you think these are major changes to how the game will play? Alright, aside from these, it's not a Wuthering Waves update without some additional quality of life changes. So here's a few things we can expect, one of which is a echo farming improvement. Instead of picking up the echoes you farm in the overworld, you'll basically have the ability to pick them up all at once. Might not seem too crazy, but it could especially save some time for those taking down a lot of mobs for echoes, and a bunch of them drops at the same location. This feature is pretty useful. The other thing is better space optimizations for the game itself. For the storage, basically the ability to remove or archive and add quests so that players can save storage and the game won't be too heavy. Another exciting thing I'd say they could add is quest replay option. I'm sure as players and a fan of the game, you guys made a lot of nice experiences and moments with the story quests, and many would like to revisit them. So for me personally, that would be something I could look forward to, an amazing feature that hopefully gets confirmed very soon. But of course, aside from that, we can also expect better optimizations and updates on the endgame modes, such as the TOA and Wuthering Waves. I'm sure they will show more of this during the incoming 2.8 livestream, which should be very soon, in about 1 to 2 weeks before the new update, and we are soon getting there. I'll do a proper breakdown once we get more info on the quality of life changes on a coming video, but of course we can also expect the usual like new 2.8 content, dedicated echo sets for new characters, new events, hopefully more combat events, big rewards as the very last patch before we enter the 3.0 version update. I'm sure they want to provide us with a lot of new content and events, wrap up the story, and a lot of rewards to save up for what's on the way. Also, thanks to the latest drip marketing on Chissa, I believe this is showing us a quick teaser of the new region, which we should be seeing in the next 2.8 update, so that's something to look forward to as well. But yeah guys, for now that is all the official and speculation on what we have on the upcoming 2.8 version update. If you guys enjoyed and don't want to miss out on the future videos, like the video, subscribe, put those notifications on. We have a lot more happening for the 2.7 update this week, so I'll be keeping you guys updated on that. But for now and for today, that is all. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.